Now, how's this for a great Aussie export story? A small cosmetics business that started with just $10,000 is now the most trusted Aussie brand in China, outperforming major brands like Qantas, Coles and Chemist Warehouse, and they've now sold over 70 million units.
Incredible story. Founder and Managing Director of G&M Cosmetics, Zvonko Jordanov, joins us now in the studio. Zvonko, thank you. We heard about the humble beginnings there, $10,000 beginnings. Can you take us back to the start? How did the business come about?
First, good evening, and thank you for having me on the show. It's a great show, again, to say.
Thank you.
Just to mention that G&M starts 22 years ago. You can find out yourself that my accent is that I was migrant with no big skills of the language skills and having big problems, but having in the heart that we can succeed something and we can make something what will be benefits for all our consumer and all ourselves. We started and we are here now. What you mentioned. With this whole success, what we did.
So as a migrant, and then you've created this distinctly Australian brand, what was it that you think gave you a good perspective to know what about Australian produce would work well in other countries?
Yes, I migrated from Macedonia in Europe, how I mentioned, in 1991, and started to work in small cosmetics factory. Looking the process, the product, and the way of how everything was done, I was looking myself and find out that it's niche. It's something there where I think it's a place where it's still missing in these Australian products in cosmetics that. I can do it a little bit better than where I was working. That's how in 1996 I start G&M, what stands for George and Maria, that at the time my son and daughter. We start, how you mentioned, with $10,000 with a very small capacity. And yes, for now, we keep growing for the last 22 years.
And you've got such a strong reputation in mainland China, which I'm sure so many Australian brands would envy you for. How has that come to be? How did you focus on China?
Right in the beginning, myself, I thought that, yes, Australian business and Australian people, like other major countries like in Europe and in America, they already have established a taste for their own product, and they are already following what they was using, their mothers, and for that it was very hard to penetrate into the market where people has focused with the brands what they already know and recognize. Having in mind at that time, I was right in the beginning start to find a way how to present this product outside of Australia. I have luck to start to export a little bit to Thailand and Indonesia, but later on, the biggest things what actually happened for me was that early 2000, China opened, and a lot of Chinese students came to study in Australia, and they are living, a lot of them to be supported by their family who are living with them. Every time when they're going back to China, because like in their China culture, they have to bring something to the relatives, friends that coming from originally from Australia, and seeing our product with a very good value and very good price, yeah, that was actually targeting my product, and that was my actually unofficial G&M ambassador for the last 10-15 years.
How did you do that? How did you get the products into their hands, so knowing that they would take them home? And obviously that's how the brand was built, which is an astonishing thing to do, to, you know, just one person at a time convert 1 billion people.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, when we start very small, that's true. But now, with having in mind that we have over 60 skincare products across four major brands, Australian creams, Native Australian, Dr. V, or the next Australian cream what we call MAC 2. And with the capacity, what we can make more than 150,000 units per day now, we are one of the largest actually manufacturer in Australia. Now, to come back to your question, the value of the money, the value for the money, I think was the biggest issue where really all this consumer, especially how I mentioned, in the low market, was looking for, again, value for the market product, and product who is actually representing Australia, because the niche of my active ingredients of my product actually representing Australia. I have MUL, lanolin, avocado, macadamia, and such product, and probably they knew a lot about that product, and they was bringing to their family. They was very happy with the product. They love it, and they keep ordering and they keep buying and selling, and keep this was going for how I mentioned last 10-15 years.
Yeah, you got to have a good product to start with, don't you?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Zvonko, you mentioned before, right down to the naming of the company, it is a family business. We love family businesses on Your Money. Can you tell us how that side of things work? Do you think that your business operates differently from others out there that aren't family businesses?
Just to mention, just now we're discussing outside, we said it's not family business because only my family working with me. But it's family business because all my staff is actually part of the family. If you come and visit us, you'll be surprised. Like every single person is fighting for the company, love the company. I don't have any secrets to any of my staff, and I'm very proud to say that I have one of the best staff. I was telling to them in the face, okay, I think they want to ask for bigger wages. But I really success talking about family is that not to be just family involved, but to feel everybody like your own family, to give them same opportunity, to give them same treatment like that your own family.
And do you hope that you will be able to hand over the business to the next generation of your family?
Yes, how I mentioned, George is there, my son, and he's director of the company as well. My daughter, she's still more involved with my other business. And he is actually in every single of our meetings. He keeps trying to learn as much as he can. And yes, I think definitely I can have a good successor.
It'd be hard to teach anyone else how to do it, clearly, because you've sort of done it all by feel yourself, haven't you?
That's the worst stuff what you can say when you ask me a question, how this happened. A lot of things happen, just happen. And when I keep saying that I have luck, a lot of people say there's no luck. It's knowledge, it's most of other things. I say yes, but if you do everything right, and still you don't have some luck, it will be difficult.
Well, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
I agree with that as well.
Zvonko, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been wonderful to hear about your story, and congratulations on all your success.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure with you.